Unit 11. Listening Part 1. Extract 1.
It'll be getting dark soon, won't it? What about over there? That looks quite a good place to stop and camp for the night, doesn't it?
Maybe.
Very peaceful.
I doubt if it'll be that. If I'd known about the mosquitoes, I'd never have come. I was expecting excitement and rapids and spectacular landscapes. And all we're getting is bitten on a flat river surrounded by dull little trees. And the mountains are miles away. It's not as if we had to come here. There were lots of other places we could have gone.
Come on, Don. It's not so bad. If I were you, I'd put some insect repellent on right away, just like I've done, and then they won't bite you. And if you just stop griping for a while, perhaps we'd start enjoying ourselves a bit. Just think about how quiet and peaceful it all is, and what a lovely rest from city life.
Rest? If we'd stayed at home, I'd be resting in front of the telly right now, instead of paddling up this miserable river.
Don!
Extract 2.
So, what will we do if the weather turns bad? Just carry on, or do you think we'd have to call things off?
Call things off? No way. Not after all the preparations we've made. Look, we're taking wet weather gear and we've got good, warm, waterproof sleeping bags. I mean, if things look really bad, we can always put things off for a few days and start a bit later.
OK, but we're not really going at the best time of year, you know. Northwest Spain in winter can be pretty icy.
Of course, but that's all part of it, isn't it? I mean, we've committed ourselves to this thing, so we've got to get there, or else we'll never live it down. I'm sure we'll make it. I mean, our names will be dirt with all our sponsors if we don't. And a little hardship never hurt anyone. It's good for you.
Still, I imagine they'd pay up anyway, even if we didn't get there, don't you?
Extract 3.
So, Kate, in your book Lesser Known Egypt, you recommend all sorts of exciting and interesting places off the beaten tourist track.
Yes, and for the really intrepid tourists, none of them is at all difficult to get to.
Right.
All you need is a little bit of planning in advance, and even that's easy if you use my book.
You suggest people should go in the winter when the heat is not so overwhelming, don't you?
Exactly, and it can even get quite chilly at night, so you might need something warm to wrap up in. Mind you, in the daytime you'll find it's almost always sunny. You have to do quite a lot of walking over rough ground in the desert, and of course there's no shade, so I never went out without something to cover my head, or I'd have got quite sunburnt. I'd strongly advise other people to do the same.
And what was the most enjoyable thing you found about travelling around Egypt on your own?
Without a doubt, the people I travelled with. It could all have been quite unpleasant otherwise, you know, waiting for buses in dusty villages and so on. But I found everyone so kind. You know, they'd make conversation, invite me to coffee, and really help me to get to know the country. Otherwise, I wouldn't have enjoyed things nearly so much. As it was, I felt that I wanted the journey to go on forever.
Fantastic.
Yes, indeed.